I knew right then I should have left this town when I had the chance. I'm searching for a crowd where I can stand alone. I'm sinking down in the lake of Loch Ness, with no sense of symmetry and my ankles wrapped in stone. What's waiting for me at the bottom is anyone's guess. I think the singer's spying on me, looking through my blinds, 'cause every word he sang sounds like it was written with me in mind. I've reached a point where I can't see things going either way, but with all these pressure points that I know something's gotta give way. Just when I can run again and I don't feel any more splints, just as I start to emerge from the stress, I find a roadblock for myself to invent. If I've got one more leap in me, is anyone's guess. I'm on the side of a mountain, stuck inside a runaway train. The nimble seem to think that they can talk away the pain. The nimble seem to think that they can talk away the pain. Everybody keeps telling me to make use of these worn out tools, but the road to redemption has become a swamp of bloody pools. I'm searching for a haystack, for a point to even try. I'm standing in the light, staring into darkness, waiting for some shining light to hit my eye. What's waiting behind the curtain is anyone's guess. Turned in my calling card, it's useless anyway. Like a wing on a flightless bird, watching eagles fly away. I become someone with whom the old me wouldn't sympathize. I've landed on common ground with those I used to criticize. I walked in a testimony, I left a cautionary tale. Come look at the cursed if you want to feel blessed. The wind is starting to blow and the trees are starting to flail. Which way they're gonna fall is anyone's guess. Alright, thank you guys. Alright, this next one is called Yesterday, 2 years ago. I wrote this when I was thinking about, how fast time flies, and it seems like that time frame of 2 years really goes by really fast for some reason. So, yep, this is it. Another afternoon on a Sunday. good TV is hard to find. I took this opportunity to drift deep into the Polaroids of my mind. And I tricked my thoughts to her memory and the wounds that she used to soothe. I realized then it had been 12 months, only this time it had been twice removed. And it knocked me back like a hurricane, and it blew me up against the wall. I realized then just how quickly all the things in my life began to crawl. And it's been 2 long years since yesterday, making sense of all the time that flew, and how the pillars of time, they all seem to fade away, and the old keeps shifting shades to the new. And it's been 2 long years since yesterday, and I'm finding it hard to recline. And it's about time to find someone to obey, looking forward to less than what's behind. I passed by the neighborhood ruins, where the juveniles all earned their stripes. But now they've plastered the walls and gave a new coat of paint, crashed out the windows and emptied out the pipes. And new faces wearing different sentiments came in with the latest storm. And now those ruins are just fallen grains of sand with no allusion to its older form. It's been 2 long years since yesterday, making sense of the time that flew. How everything I used to know seems to fade away, and the old shifts shades to the new. It's been 2 long years since yesterday, and I'm finding it so hard to recline. And now it's time to find someone to obey, looking forward to less than what's behind. I'm stepping off the same old porch, but it still feels like I'm stepping into a whole different world. I got a different set of problems, got a different set of rules, and I'm holding hands with a different girl. I've seen the flash and the dwindle of lightning in a bottle, crawled out the mouth of many a mistake. And everything I know has passed away, along with all the sense it used to make. And it's been 2 long years since yesterday, making sense of the time that flew. How everything I once knew seems to fade away, and the old shifts shades to the new. And it's been 2 long years since yesterday, I'm finding it so hard to recline. How everything I know seems to fade away, looking forward to less than what's behind. Thank you, thank you. All right,
From a passerby. He just pulled over to do that.
thank you. That's what you call a paid gig right there. All right. So This next one is gonna be called Gentle Hands. It's about any kind of relationship, really. Just knowing that there's somebody in life that you might not see a lot, or you might have to let go or whatever, but just wishing that everything that they run into is good for them, is and good to them. So, yep, here it is. Time like tides turn, lessons life learned, bending bonds break, long-winded chapters end. But this happens all too much between two people who care. But you've got to move when cautionary sirens blare. I hope your feet are warm when you walk on all sands. And if you ever fall, I hope when you land, I hope you fall into gentle hands. I hope you fall into gentle hands. Test the spirits well, guard your peaceful shell, make your stance firm. Don't settle for anything short of what you were looking for when you set out from this place. With great fortitude in every step you trace. I hope your taste for love never goes bland. And if you ever fall, I hope when you land, I hope you fall into gentle hands. I hope you fall into gentle hands. Anyone who finds you, may they stay true. Never a clenched fist, only speak words of life. I hope every smile you see has no venom underneath. I hope you find a jewel in this world of gnashing teeth. I hope your taste for love never goes bland. And if you ever fall, I hope when you land, I hope you fall into gentle hands. I hope you fall into gentle hands. I hope every heart you meet, I hope it's made of gold. May every flag be true to the colors that you hold. I hope every smile, let all aggressive animosity be ceased. Set sail and rest upon the see-through shores of peace. I hope every seed you plant grows to a tall stand. And if you ever fall, I hope when you land, I hope you fall into gentle hands. I hope you fall into gentle hands. I hope you fall into gentle hands. Thank you. I'm getting hot. This next one, is called Sweet November Summers. I wrote this basically about the Midwest, and my goal is to leave the Midwest one day, but I thought that day would be a lot sooner, and I wrote this when I thought the time was around the corner. But as you can see, I'm still here, but it's okay. We'll get through it. Once upon an Old Testament morning, I was looking up at the sky. The wind was whistling a melody as the great clouds tiptoed by. Navigating through a sundown town and a ravenous mouth of foam. Just a couple hours of daylight left and I'm racing the snowstorm home. Racing the snowstorm home. And these sweet November summers, how many more am I gonna see? See, no matter who I know, no matter where I go, these summers will follow me. And these sweet November summers, how many more am I gonna see? No matter who I know, no matter where I go, these summers will follow me. Now the family dog has died, and he's backyard beneath the thorns. Mama tells me that I'm looking at the only reason that some are born. There's nothing much to do in this town, a drive might serve us best. Nothing kinder than another reminder that I live in the great Midwest. Live in the great Midwest. And these sweet November summers, how many more am I gonna see? No matter who I know, no matter where I go, these summers will follow me. Yeah, these sweet November summers, how many more am I gonna see? No matter who I know, no matter where I go, these summers will follow me. Now the cinder blocks play Atlas, but their efforts are lost to time. All the dogs that bark in the trailer park have long been left behind. I can't help but wonder what life is like behind the trees. 'Cause boredom's my only burden, my ambition, my disease. Ambition, my disease. And these sweet November summers, how many more am I gonna see? No matter who I know, no matter where I go, these summers will follow me. Yeah, these sweet November summers, how many more am I gonna see? No matter who I know, no matter where I go, these summers will follow me. And I can't feel no more pain running through the tall grass grain, under creeping clouds of rain that tattoo the wide terrain. I got nowhere else to go, with sunshine between my toes, touching bins at the elbow, with a girl that holds me close. Now they say you're illegitimate, that you're falling off a drop. Oh, sorry, my pick keeps slipping. That you're falling off a dropping dime. They point to you in all the distress, just another sign of the times. But don't you pay attention when they say it's all going to hell. 'Cause panic can make predictions, but only time is gonna tell. Only time's gonna tell. And these sweet November summers, how many more am I gonna see? No matter who I know, no matter where I go, these summers will follow me. Yeah, these sweet November summers, how many more am I gonna see? No matter who I know, no matter where I go, these summers will follow me. Thank you. All right, this next one is called Ballad of a Common Romance, and it's about breaking up. So yeah. Hidden deep beneath the jungle gym, under the tunnel the air got tight. He sat crisscross applesauce in front of her on a breathless night. He asked her please, she said you may just once, and he found something that felt right. They grew older and he courted a few, but she always knew she was around. He always felt her pulling him her way, but every time he was tied down with a ball and chain with someone else's name, hoping she'd be there at the next go-round. During her formative and wild years, he was only giving her smile. And that's the treatment he was subject to when she disappeared down the Nile and broke the jail, a peace sign held on her way to find a new identity. Whenever she would have a second or two, he was always a welcome sight. And every now and then he'd take a stab, but every time she'd take a bite, dap him up, a coin in his cup, and disappear into another night. Whenever all their old friends would meet, they were with someone who made them feel complete. Always sure to keep things discreet, with side-eyed stares toward the opposite sea. He navigated through the blaring noise when he finally worked up the poise. But he had a dam in his throat that concealed his boastful voice. But she saw the contents of his heart and guided him through a stab in the dark. They had their ever-present squabbles, like all lovers will. But most dark clouds come and go until one decides to stay still for no reason or rhyme. These kind of things take time when no one wants to split the bill. Down the road their words of affection grew smaller and fine, as her mind boiled over and his demeanor grew nonchalant. Neither could ascertain how to process the pain, where to harbor their disdain. An intermission of time and space between the raindrops that hit their face. They communicated how most people do when they knew what would take place. Nothing more needs said. They parted ways and they led their lives by the counsel of their own head. How am I doing, time-wise?
You can go as long as you want.
Okay, cool. This one's called Smithfield Girl. It's not necessarily about too much, really. Just a song, yeah. Your cannonball eyes and your brimstone gaze. Attention tattooed on the wallpaper phrase. Wear your hair like a Spartan dies on the painted tulips as they crawl to a dry. Lean your head outside your window and look down the road. Hear the washerwomen calling you to carry your load. Furnishing your rail and halter, grab your postcards off the altar, till it comes time to wield you again. Your suit is well renowned in milk and grain. And darling, you must learn to bat your eyes through the rain. With your carbolic block, you must fan through, lest any of them think that they've enchanted you. Your feigning reverence leaves you sprawled in the aisle, looking up at those self-righteous cadaver smiles. Oh. So when you notice Mr. has begun to close the ranks, there's a toothless outlaw somewhere to whom you owe your thanks. Lean your head outside your window and look down the road. Hear the washerwomen calling you to carry your load. Furnishing your rail and halter, grab your postcards off the altar, till it comes time to wield you again. Your canvas and your painting brush in the pockets of the field. Your predisposition is assumed and even keeled. A bend in the goldenrod as the thunder's drawing near. Which naked lady gets to rest behind your ear? Sally hangs her weary head in toil and defeat, cleaning up the bits of brown sugar from Tommy's sheets. The confounding hair of half-blood that's entrapped in your brush. Whoa. Where your brush is entrapped, the second mother mimics you through your mirror glass. Lean your head outside your window and look down the road. Hear the washerwomen calling you to carry your load. Furnishing your rail and halter, grab your postcards off the altar, till it comes time to wield you again. Stand and observe the native moonlight laws. Watch the hypnotized follow her with their long bathwater straws. Watch them hide their face away as they ponder what to do, lest they open up their hearts and validate you. Your lightning speed flinch at every hand you see displayed. But you shared a womb with one who knows two ways that game is played. But to those who are oblivious to what it is you need, it's odd to make light of all the things that make you bleed. Lean your head outside your window and look down the road. Hear the washerwomen calling you to carry your load. Furnishing your rail